Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. I am Aaron, aka the Handy Outdoor Nerd, and this sexy gentleman to my left is
Chris, aka Mr. Carroll Science. How is everyone doing tonight?
Thank you, everybody, for joining us this Friday evening in February, the Friday after Valentine's Day, or as in Texas state of mind, we have entered in the apocalypse. So, as you all know, that a whole bunch of places are going through a boatload of crap right now, and Texas is one of those places that has not been ready for said stuff to come through. But you know the old saying, if it's not working with electronics, have you tried turning it off and back on again? Yeah, they did that with their electrical grid, and they kind of screwed it up.
Awesome.
So we've got some friends down there. Brian Vines, aka BB3D, and Mr. Eddie Moser are both down there. And Brian has no running water because something happened at the water station where it busted the main vein, I guess you could say.
Brian has no running water?
Yeah, he's got no running water. He's been melting snow to flush his toilets.
Nice.
They've got, water to drink from the store. But yeah. I thought about having him come on. I was like, nah, he doesn't want to get his gringy, unwashed self on TV. And Brian, if you got pop in chat, let us know how you guys are doing. Because I talked to him some the other day, like yesterday, I think was the last.
Well, we're thinking about you, Brian. So if you need anything,
and Mr. Eddie.
Find us.
So,
Eddie
and I know,
yeah,
I know there's a boatload of people down there that. Hey, Jess, how's it going? We are obviously just starting the show, so I look more pale than normal because I'm not in the office doing this. I've just been doing this inside because monitor. And it's been so darn cold here. Well, you should know in Missouri that I don't want to do this in the office right now. And the 7 inches of snow that we got.
7 inches.
Yes, I know. I need to make a Q-tip crossbow. Okay, I will make a Q-tip crossbow. I will 3D print one.
Can we make Q-tip crossbows? Is that some sort of inside joke?
I had told her about 3D printing. I was talking about 3D printing, and she didn't have any idea what it was, and looked it up. So this is someone I know. And discovered that you can 3D print a Q-tip crossbow.
We're doing it. If I ever meet you in person, we're gonna have a 3D printed crossbow Q-tip war.
Sounds good.
It's going down.
He lives in Arizona, so he's all nice and toasty right now.
No, let me tell you, it's freezing outside. It's like 51 degrees out there right now.
Yeah, it's freezing. I could use that for a couple of days for my freaking pipes. Oh, so I've got to look this up just because. Come on.
Listen, I'm sorry, Aaron. All right, I really am. One of these days, you'll just move to a better state like Arizona. Arizona is just the supreme state with factors to it. I'm sorry. I wish you lived here. I do, but I mean, it's unfortunate.
What?
By the way, while you're pulling that up, did you see Perseverance made it?
I heard that it did. I didn't see because I was sleeping at that time.
I watched it live with my students.
Here you go. Here is a Q-tip crossbow.
Ooh, all the supports.
Yep. It's funny that they integrated supports into this piece, but not that one or that one.
It just makes you wonder if, I mean, there's got to be a better way, right? Like, there's got to be a better way to print that. Like, a better way to design it or something. Because that is, like, that is not designed for 3D printing at all.
You can lay this top surface down as flat as possible and have some supports in there. That would be the best. I mean, unless you're going to resin print it, which I would probably resin print just because I can.
Resin prints are so brittle, though.
Yeah, but I would do 100% infill.
Even
That way.
It's so small.
Well, it's a Q-tip crossbow, so. But yeah, this one I would probably not resin print just because it's got that support.
Well, that looks like a completed file with supports in it.
Oh, that is that is
the other two pieces together.
That is it. That's interesting. So, I guess they did design it so you could print it like that.
Well, yeah, but
it looked different at an angle like this. It looked like this was the whole setup for shooting it, but no, it's not. So interesting. See, because I was thinking it was the bow part right here. That's what I was thinking. Which
yeah, those are hair clips, I think.
yeah, I can see that. So I don't have hair clips. Or I know, yeah, those are those kind of wire framed clips.
Yeah, I think I'll have to check. I don't have any either. I got a daughter and I got a wife, and neither one of them use those hair clips because they're like the worst ones. Those are like the ones that they're made out of thin metal. That's like,
yeah, they just kind of have that.
Remember those bracelets? You know, the slap bracelets. They're kind of like that. I think they like snap.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've played with them before because I mean I've got 3 sisters. So, but
that's a 90s hairstyle. Those clips, isn't it?
Probably.
She needs kind of sturdy. Aaron. Got kids, you know.
Well, I can FDM print that since it's actually got its own built-in supports. That wouldn't be difficult to do. I mean, it's not difficult to do no matter what, but
well,
resin printing would just be fun looking.
That's true. I probably print it in like a PETG, so it wouldn't be so brittle.
Yeah, I mean PLA or PETG. I'd probably just do the PLA. That's probably what I would do. But that's just making it.
Try it out. I'm gonna have to try it out and see how it
goes.
goes.
Yep, just Thingiverse and Q-tip crossbow. That's all I put in, and that's the only one that popped up.
I guess you have to clip one in, right? Like you have to.
Yeah. Yeah, you they've got a tack to, I guess, hold the little fire release pin there, and you just put your Q-tip inside there. Yeah. Yeah, they just got
a push pin or a thumbtack.
They've got a thumbtack to hold the little lever part that you pull back that locks in the actual string.
Hmm.
Because in all technicality, I mean, yeah, you've got those for firing. It looks like they've got an actual wire. They've got a string of wire for the wire. I wouldn't do that. I'd put actual string on there. That's what I would do for that.
Wonder how long that print takes.
Uh,
If I had known, I could have started it on the stream and had it been done by the time it was over. I'm
let's
beyond
see.
lost, she says. We're just talking about the different types of materials. Some materials are stronger than others. So PLA is actually really a strong material, but it's brittle because it's so hard that it just break. It's like glass. Glass is a really hard material, but it's easy to break. It shatters. So we're talking about maybe some other types of materials that have a little bit more give to them. They're a little more flexible so that they don't snap as easy. But something like that, there's not a lot of force on it, and so it probably isn't going to really snap.
Yeah.
But it'd be really, really easy to print, it looks like.
Yeah, I would say
Or it's already in it.
maybe 30, 45 minutes, depending on your print speed and quality. It says it will shoot a projectile about 25 feet, depending on the weight of the projectile.
And if you're downwind or standing on a hill.
Well, if you're inside, it's not really going to matter. But yeah, it's a super simple print. But yeah. Oh, yeah, my plan was to do a bunch of stuff this week and get printing, but with all the snow that we had and the darn cold, I've not been able to do anything. I tried to get out there yesterday with trying to thaw underneath part of my house. That didn't work very well. It was cold in the office. I didn't have the heater out there. I had the heater under the house trying to help in other parts. So yeah, that was fun. So I didn't do that because I got that parts order that I need to fulfill for that hospital. So I need to get that done at some point in time. I was going to try doing a resin print test of it and see the strength of it compared to my other one, because it would be a lot faster to do a couple on the resin printer compared to do one at a time, seeing that I've got 12 to print.
12 of them.
So
are they more of those same pieces you printed before, or?
Yeah, for the little switch. So
My motherboard's going out on my computer, man. I'm gonna have to get a new motherboard.
that's not that old, is it either?
It's like 5 years old.
Yeah, that's a baby. My laptop's older than that.
Yeah, well, your laptop is stamped IBM on the side, and it's like 50 pounds. So
It's not 50 pounds. My laptop is a Dell laptop, and it's about, was it 2011 when I got it?
2011.
Yeah.
I have a Toshiba that I got in like 2010, and I did not get I mean, it was an okay laptop at the time, but it was like 4 gigabytes of RAM. It's just real slow right now. So I just got a new one. Got my new laptop. It's pretty sweet. So I just sliced that print, and it says that it would take about 3 hours to print it.
What's your print quality set at? Do you have it as low quality as possible? Because you're using Cura. I know you use Cura.
I'm just using standard quality, 0.2 millimeter layer height.
Yeah. What if you toss it down to the lowest quality as possible? And it's not like I would have known 3 hours ahead of time because the conversation was, I don't know how long ago that was
Let's see.
brought up about the 3D printing Q-tip crossbow.
Lowest quality, 0.28 layer height. It's still 2 hours, 7 minutes. So it didn't save that much time. I mean, it saved a bunch, but
Yeah.
it didn't save that much time. Oh, that's because that.
Yeah,
Hang
it was
on a
around
second, let
6:30.
me-
It was around 6:30, so yeah, you would have had time.
let me change that there, and that there,
I'll be
and that there. Let me just
grab something real quick.
change a couple. There we go. There we go. Still 2 hours. Yeah, it's still 2 hours. Wouldn't matter. I don't know where Aaron went, but glad you're here, Jesse. How are you? Good? That's good.
What?
What?
What were you saying?
We were talking
Smack
about you. We were making fun
I
of
know.
your big nose.
You know what they say about with guys with big nose, right? I can't say it on
They
the
have all
stream.
kinds of sinus problems.
There could be that too. So I have seen this thing pop up a couple of times now, which I've never seen pop up because it shows the viewer count. And now and again, I have seen it pop up a little Wi-Fi signal showing, I guess,
On StreamYard?
yeah, right next to it, it kicks that out and it says, I will print him a crossbow and you a crossbow. Okay. And I will send it. And I will send it.
He's not gonna do it. He's a liar.
I will do it.
Big liar. Look at his nose. Look at the size of his nose.
I'm a real boy. I was at the farm earlier with Carter, and my nieces and nephews were all there. Of my one of my sisters, and so you've watched the Black Cauldron, right?
Oh man, it's been like a million years though.
So, well, you remember Gurgi from the Black Cauldron? Munchies and crunchies and crunchies and munchies. One of my nieces kept looking at me, and I just kept doing that voice. I said, anytime I see you, I'm just gonna do that voice. And so she just looked at me, and I look up, and she knows that I'm looking at her, and I was like, munchies and crunchies and crunchies and munchies, Gurgi loves munchies and crunchies. Because they were eating gummy worms. Which the funny thing is, if you kind of dig into voices and breaking down on voices, if you do it's Bobby from Bobby's World, or precious gives it back to us. Can't toss us both together. Munchies and crunches and crunches and munchies. But Black Cauldron came before Bobby's World and Lord of the Rings Gollum voice. So
they're the original. The OG.
So, Gurgi could be the original. But so yes, we get a bit nerdy on this stream about
Jesse, if you think that crossbows are cool, you wait till you see what I printed. It's mega cool.
I think she'll find it cool.
You think so? I think it's cool, but I'm also a huge nerd, so I told my robotics team today. We have a competition tomorrow. We've got a judging session where we gotta log on to like a Zoom conference and do these interviews with these judges. And I told them we're gonna meet together at 9:30, and then our interview is at 10 o'clock. So be there or be round. And they were like, be round? I thought it was be square. I said, listen, guys, we're a bunch of nerds. We're already square. All right. If you're round, something's wrong with you. Okay. You probably should not be on the robotics team if you are a normal person. You know, that's just the way we are. And that was the lamest joke I ever made, which proves I am square.
Yep.
So, anyways, to show off what I 3D printed, last week I kind of gave a little sneak preview where I had just a bunch of pieces. But this week I have it finally assembled, and it is the drum roll, please. Pocket ukulele. It's a pocket ukulele. It's pretty sick. Can you change the zoom on this bad boy?
I can.
So that it's not so zoomed in on me. That way I can. There it is. The pocket ukulele. It's pretty sweet, actually. So, like, if you hold it this way, it looks like this should be just like the head of the guitar, and you would expect that there would be a body behind it, but it's not. That actually is the body, and so it's just a tiny little handheld pocket ukulele, and it works. It's pretty cool. And it's not, that's a whooping tool. I mean, let me tell you, my 3-year-old got a hold of this bad boy, and leave it alone, kid. Stop messing with your sister. But it's not bad. It's not super well tuned. It's a little difficult to tune. So I think I'm gonna have to do a little finagling with it. But the construction of this thing is pretty sweet. So it's got this bone along the back of it. And what this does is it adds tension. So the neck of the ukulele is a separate piece from the body. And when you install it together, the neck actually folds upward. And so what that does is it makes it so the strings are actually far away from the fretboard. So it increases this gap between the strings and the fretboard. And then it's got a screw right there. When you tighten that screw into the bone, then it pulls on this bone to make it closer and tighter. And the more you tighten it, the closer the strings get. And so I have it tightened up pretty good, but there's still a significant gap in there. And so it's pretty cool. It's quieter than a regular ukulele.
Oh yeah.
It's cool. It's fun. I like it. This is something that if I was like going on a road trip or something, I could throw this in there, and then I could, sing songs with my kids or whatever. Put a little children's songbook that I've got in my bag or in the back seat or something, and then I could play some songs and play with the kids in the back until it eventually got too annoying, and then I could, broke, kids, sorry, it doesn't work anymore. Hide it in my pocket. But I thought it was pretty cool. The coolest part about this is it's got a hole right here, and what that is for is a piezo pickup. So underneath this bridge, there's like a little groove. So you can put a little piezo pickup in there, and you can connect it to an amp. So you can turn this 3D printed ukulele into an electric ukulele.
That would be fun. You should try that.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, and the piezo pickups for this, they're like $7, $8 on eBay.
It's not bad.
And so that's not bad at all. It's so worth it.
Oh
So
yeah.
I almost did that. I'm gonna make a video about how to make one of these, and I'll print it with a bunch of fun colors and stuff. And then maybe I'll get a piezo pickup for that one, because I think that'll be pretty sick.
There you go. That'd be
Pretty
good.
cool. What about you? Have you 3D printed anything cool lately?
It's been snowing and cold, Chris. I said no.
Your printer has a heater. Your printer has a heater on it.
My
It would warm up
office.
your room.
My office didn't have a heater in it because I was using it to thaw my pipes. Attempt
So-
to thaw.
You gotta crank the bed up a little higher. All right.
Yeah,
Put it in your
'cause
house. Your house up.
Yeah, that's true. Depending on which printer I would be using, but I would have been using the Flash Forge for printing. So, depending on what I was printing. If I was printing and I wanted the height, I would have used the Mbot, which I actually had tried to do that. I think the beginning of this week, and I took the heat gun to the bed so it would warm up, so it wouldn't give me that air temperature. Then I was getting an error for the hot end, and it kept telling me to reset the printer and stuff. So
Did you heat it up too much?
no, heated up to 240.
The bed, I mean.
No,
Did
it
you-
wasn't.
Did you heat up the bed too much with your little air gun? So Jesse, when I first got a 3D printer, the only way that my wife would let me get it is if I promised her that I wasn't going to just make a bunch of toys. And so while I have printed toys, every toy that I've printed has been for a specific purpose. And I promised her that I was going to print useful things. And so, but to me, the ukulele is useful, or at least I make up an excuse for it to be useful so that I can print it. But, I printed a bunch of these little low poly Pokemons.
Pokemon.
Pokemonis? No, not that one. So we put them in my son's Valentine's Day gifts to his friends, and so I print toys and stuff too, but I do my best to try and print something that's as useful as possible, because I want to make cool videos about it. I guess I just don't make cool videos anymore because I'm
So Jesse, you should check out Thingiverse. Thingiverse.
or My Mini Factory is another really good one.
Yes, there's a mini factory. Which by mini factory is an easier thing. Thingiverse is like, wait, how is that spelled?
My Mini Factory is really good.
A lot of
Thingiverse
getting
is really good.
over to that from Thingiverse.
There's
But
a lot
still,
of people that don't like Thingiverse.
well, it's kind of what they've been doing as of late. More than anything, they've pretty much just kind of, I don't know. It's just, there's a bunch of ads on there, and it's just not as good as it used to be. And My Mini Factory, if it's been a tested print, is the thing that they go for. So
I got some good news. Are there some good news?
Yeah.
My robotics team won a trophy.
Nice.
We had a competition last weekend.
Yep.
And we took third place for the community award. So this year we've done a lot of work with our community where we set goals, and one of our goals was to help the community to improve physical and mental health. And I didn't do any of it. My kids did it all, but they created an app that they called Health Hub Plus, and it has like physical and mental health exercises. So you can click on the mental health side, and there's breathing exercises, and there's a link to a calming room. So if you're stressed out or not feeling well or whatever, you go there, and there's things like frozen yoga, or like just like live streams from like zoos. So you can like watch an animal at the zoo or something like that. And so that's really cool. On the physical health side is like, time yourself running a mile or whatever, and it gives you a bunch of different exercises you can do. So anyways, we did a bunch of stuff with the community. We did a bunch of stuff with outreach, trying to expand our robotics team. We went and talked to the high school about moving it up there so that we can get more kids from the high school. There's a health and STEAM festival locally that we are planning to go to. It got pushed back, but it's happening in March, so we're planning on going to that. And so we did a lot of community outreach stuff, and the judges thought that warranted an award. So we got third place in the community award, and we get a little trophy, which is really cool because we were struggling and we did not think we were going to do well. But we got an award, so I'm really, really proud of them.
Good. Did you, or did they do the robot?
Did they do the robot?
Or was it your robot?
Did they build the robot, or did I build the robot? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
It was a combination. It was their ideas, and I helped a lot with the construction because we were just running behind. But all of the coding and programming for the robot, they did all, because I couldn't figure it out, honestly. The reason why they did it is because I spent 3 months trying to help them, trying to figure it out myself, and I couldn't do it. Finally, I looked up a tutorial, I looked up a YouTube video, and I passed it off to them, and I said, figure this out. And within a couple hours, they had done it. They figured it out. They made 2 really complicated programs that worked great, and we were able to score some points. We did not score 0 points, and that was what we were really worried about, is if we don't, we're going to score 0 points, So
Yep.
we did not score 0 points, and that was good.
Good. Well, glad. Glad you got it all up and going.
Yeah. So, and then we have another competition this weekend. And then we have one more, I think, in March, like after spring break sometime. I think like March 20 something.
I'm not looking forward to March.
Why not?
Last March was okay. Because I work in broadcast television. What happens in March?
Mardi Gras. St. Patrick's Day.
Madness.
Oh, March Madness. You're not a sports guy?
It's basketball. All the time. Changing the programming. Never knowing when we're going to go live for the news. All this other stuff. It throws off the entire playlist.
Oh, I see. So you're constantly changing it.
Yeah. So broadcast television, yeah, not so much. If it was just not dealing with it in broadcast television, I don't care. It's fine. Doesn't affect my life. I'm okay with it. Affects my life while I have to deal with it. Yeah, I don't want to deal with March Madness.
So I did a thing today, Aaron.
What'd you do?
I got vaccinated. Went and got the COVID vaccination, and I'm a little sore.
Surprised you're still alive.
Surprised I'm still alive.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. You'll be blind by tomorrow, probably.
Hey, Aaron, I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
Maybe Jessie can weigh in on this if she's still out there in TV land. But have you heard of the man flu?
The what?
The man flu. Okay, so this is a thing that women talk about, all right? And it's like widely known across the universe, but only to women, all right? And I've cracked the code. The man flu basically basically is this theory that if men get sick, they're like completely incapacitated, can't do anything. But if women get sick, then they still have to get up and do all of their regular responsibilities. But men don't have to because the women just do it all for them. Men are just really big babies if they get sick.
I think I vaguely remember hearing something about this, but I also vaguely remember hearing something about it and talking about with the difference in the immune systems.
The immune system?
Yeah.
Wine.
Yeah.
I've heard that this is a thing. But it's funny because I was talking to some people at work and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's totally a thing," or whatever. And even one of my buddies at work, because we both got the COVID shot today, and we were sitting there and they were all, "You're gonna be sick tomorrow and you're gonna be sick in bed, but it's really not that big a deal. But you're gonna be whining and crying about it. You're gonna be sick in bed all day." And I went into my buddy's classroom and I was like, "Is that really a thing, this man flu?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, for sure, it's real. I got a headache. I'm going home." He just straight up went home. And I was like, "What?" He's like, "I'm gonna go home, lay down. I don't feel good." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, he just got the COVID shot. Of course, he doesn't feel good.
I talked to my wife, and she goes, "Man flu is a thing, but you don't get it." So she said.
Yeah, I'm always doing stuff if I'm sick. Well, I mean, you just have to. So.
Although I am whining and crying because my shoulder is pretty sore. It feels like I took a pretty hard shot. Like someone either wailed on me or baseball bat or something. It's pretty sore. Oof. All jokes aside, a friend got her second dose and came down with shingles 24 hours later. I mean,
that sucks.
I don't know that that's like, that can be attributed. Could just be coincidental, I guess. But
my brother's wife, my youngest brother's wife's friend she went to college with, got it and is now blind and deaf in 1 year.
What?
Mm-hmm.
From the COVID shot?
Yep. Yeah, seriously.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, there's not everyone's going to have an adverse reaction, but not everybody is the exact same. People react different. People react different to everything.
That's true.
And it's not like they rushed through this at all within a year without any trials. Proper testing and all that like they should do. But yeah, it's kind of what they did with it, and I'm not gonna go into the entire thing. But yeah, no, she got the COVID shot, and she's now blind and deaf in 1 ear. Yeah.
I don't know if I believe it, man.
So
I'm not saying that I don't believe you. I'm saying I don't believe her.
So, well, this was what my sister-in-law told me. So, but yeah, that was just like, ugh. But no, there's been a lot of people that have gotten really sick from it.
Well, you see, Jesse, I'm a teacher, and so because I'm a teacher, I'm constantly around kids. So my thought is a couple things. Number one, not only am I a teacher, but I'm also diabetic, and so I'm at a much higher risk of something bad happening if I do catch it. So getting the vaccine, even if I do catch it, then the symptoms will be greatly reduced because my immune system will be a little bit better at fighting it off. But then also I have a lot less of a chance of getting it. and spreading it to my students or my students' families or whatever. And I realize that that risk is low, but at this point, I'll do whatever I can to try and get a little bit of normalcy back in the world. Because in my opinion, if you get the COVID shot, you shouldn't have to wear a mask anymore. And if you've had COVID, you also shouldn't have to wear a mask anymore.
And if you don't want to wear a mask, you shouldn't have to wear a mask at all. So
And if you don't want to wear a mask, you shouldn't be forced to. Now, if you go somewhere that's like private property, right? Like you go to Disneyland, they have every right to say, if you don't wear a mask, you're not coming on our property. And I get that.
I 100% agree with that. See, the thing is, when I go to work, I wear a mask only when someone's around. Then I take it off. I don't wear it because I don't want to. With my asthma, no, no, I won't. I'll keep it off.
I wear a mask all day, every day because I have to.
So
I
but,
just do it so that kids can go to school.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I will take it off. But that's the thing. They've got the signs for no shoes, no shirt, no service. That is the company's property. If they refuse service to you, they refuse service to you.
Yeah.
Each company has the right to refuse service. It's just how it is. So I 100% agree with they have the right. So
yeah, I have this really crazy belief that people should be allowed to be dirtbags. So me personally, like somebody who has extremely racist behaviors and ideologies is probably not somebody that I'm going to support, right? So, but at the same time, if somebody owns a business and they say, if you have purple skin, I don't want you in my business. Like, I feel like they have the right to do that because it's their business.
Barney would be screwed.
But I also feel like we have a responsibility as a people to see these dirtbag businesses and avoid them at all costs. Boycott. If somebody has a really garbage belief system, we just don't support them. You don't go shop at that business. They go out of business, and either they change, the way that they treat people, or they don't own a business. That's just the way I think. Yeah, Jesse, I get that. That was my thought too. Because I'm not anti-vaccine, but I was anti this vaccine a little bit. I was concerned for my own health, and I didn't know what was going to happen, and I said, it's not that I'm not going to get it, it's that I'm going to wait a little while to see how it affects other people before I get it. But I'm also a really religious person, and the president of my church, who is also a doctor, he's a heart surgeon, and so the president of my church, he got the vaccine, and he encouraged the members of the church as well to get the vaccine. And his opinion matters more to me than any other doctor's opinion. And so when he says members of the church should try to do that, then that's the way I feel. So that's what I did. I signed up to get it because the president of the church said it was a good idea. So I did. Exactly. Small business owners keep politics and personal beliefs out of the business, or they don't keep business wrong. Exactly. But they have a right to run their business how they see fit. And I think that if they implemented a bad policy, their business should fail, and that's the way it is. That's the way it should be. So if a business wants to come up with a really garbage rule that you have to follow to go into their business, I think they have a right to tell you that you have to do whatever, to get into this business, you've got to do 5 cartwheels and 10 pull-ups before you can get in. And if they say that, that's the rule. And if you can't do it, you don't go in. Like, it's their business. They do whatever they want. It's their private property. But, you know, me as an unathletic fat guy, I can't really make the fat guy joke anymore.
You can if you put on a little coat.
Fat guy in a little
Richard, what's happening? Oh, it's the one true scene that I could remember from that, other than the housekeeping. You want towel? You want the bed for pillow? And I mean,
Yeah.
then there's three scenes. There's that, the housekeeping, and then there's the deer that they hit, and then it wakes up in the car.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You know what movie I watched just the other day was Beverly Hills Ninja.
I've not watched that forever.
What a stupid movie! Like, I was watching it and I was like, what a stupid movie.
So, but yeah. But
I
yeah,
got you, Jesse. Totally understand. I agree. I agree. So, like, here's the other thing. This is, I don't know. If you don't want to wear a mask, you shouldn't have to wear a mask when you're, you know, in a public area or whatever. If you don't want to, that's up to you. Like, I don't think that we can force anybody to wear something they don't want to wear, you know. Other than maybe if it was morally indecent, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that, you know, you can just walk around a kid's park naked. You know, that would be crazy. But as far as, you know, a mask or whatever, I don't think that we can really mandate that. But if you're not going to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. But what really bothers me is the, like, false compliance, like the straight up mesh masks that don't do anything just so that they can say they're complying with the rule or whatever.
I would totally do that.
I can't stand that. Like, if you're not going to wear a mask, just don't wear a mask. Just do that. If, like, don't give me this fake. You know what that reminds me of? As a teacher, that reminds me of the kid that walks into your classroom and says, what grade do I need to get on this test so I can get a D in the class? And so they, like, calculate it out. You know what I mean? I have to score at least 10. Yeah. Do you clean houses for a living, Jesse? Is that what you do?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. If you live somewhere close by, I'd ask you to come clean my grandma's house. But you don't live close by. You know anybody lives in Arizona? Southeastern Arizona? Probably not, but I don't know. I just think if you don't want to wear a mask, just don't wear a mask. But if you are going to wear a mask, wear a mask that works. Like, don't give me this bullcrap compliance nonsense. Like, closest I know is Texas. Damn. I got a brother-in-law who lives in Texas, but I don't know that he would take too kindly to me sending someone to clean his house. Can you imagine just sending someone to clean your brother's house? Just, can you imagine doing that, Aaron? That would be so funny. Just send someone over there. Yeah, I'm here to clean your house. What?
I would have them come clean my house for me. Why would I send them to someone else's house? I'd have them clean my house. Need to find someone to clean my grandma's house. She's getting up there. She just moved in, like, half a mile away from my house. But 10 out of 10, he wouldn't complain if you were paying. I'd be like, what are you trying to say, bro? You trying to say my house is dirty? My house is dirty. I have a 2-year-old.
I'd be like, what is going on? I got a 3-year-old and a 1.5-year-old and a 7-year-old. My house
And
is not perfect.
10 out of 10, he wouldn't complain if you were paying. Yeah. I need to get my house.
Sorry,
I
it's
mean, my
got
house
so
is.
political. I should have just kept my mouth shut now. I'm sorry.
I wasn't trying to get political on it, and I was just like, well, that's farther than we usually go. But
Well, I was just mentioning that I got the shot today as well. I thought you might be interested in, my reaction to it.
that's behind the curtain, Chris. That's the curtain.
Sorry.
It's okay.
To be fair, though, all I said was I got the COVID shot, and you went from there, man. Wasn't it?
I said, oh, you're still alive.
Yeah.
I make jokes. You know how I am.
You can throw me under the bus. You can blame me.
I am a punny guy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Put that one in the database.
I really wanted to invite Josh from Josh Got Bored on here just because I want to say a joke to him.
I talked to Josh like 2 nights ago.
I actually talked to him today on Twitter, which
Yeah.
is funny because I got my notifications turned off because I kept getting a billion notifications a day from everybody on Twitter, like Joe Telling and everyone was like, stop it. So I turned off the notifications. He had messaged me Wednesday, and so I finally replied. Yeah,
All my clients came from word of mouth, but stalked their personal page on Facebook. I live in a really small community, and so like the people that I would probably recommend to clean my grandma's house, it's probably somebody that I already know.
Yeah.
So you just reminded me that I needed to find someone mostly. Oh. I got a hard enough time, my wife and I keeping up with our 3 kids. We got a hard enough time keeping our own house clean. I don't need to be cleaning my grandma's house too.
Yeah. I still have my Christmas tree up. And the only reason I still have it up is because my son likes to press the buttons on it for the Star Wars ornaments.
Yeah.
That is the only reason I have it up. Because if I take it down, I'm going to put them up, and he loves to press the buttons, and I don't want him to play with them because he'll break like the X-wing and stuff like that, all the small pieces. So
I just got my Christmas decorations taken down like last week. It was not that long ago. So I'm with you. Well, Jesse, I posit to you the same solution that I've given Aaron 100 times. I just moved to Arizona. Arizona's like perfect. And everyone says, oh, it's too hot. It's too hot. It's not that hot. I mean,
well, you don't have that humidity like we've got here in Missouri.
Exactly.
But
there's no humidity. It's even better.
But we get all 4 seasons in a day, Chris.
Why would you want that?
Because it's Missouri.
I enjoy consistency. You know what I mean? Tomorrow's going to be 77 degrees in my house. 77 here. Tomorrow's going to be 77.
I know.
Tomorrow, you're going to have heaters underneath your house to warm your pipes up so you can take a drizzle shower.
I still have that heater going. Actually, I'll probably go out there tonight and crank it up higher. And tomorrow I'll have the huge heater that I sent you the video of yesterday, and actual duct for the pipes that because the previous owners left stuff under there from a remodel from the ones before then. I don't know, but there's a round pipe that's like 6 to 8 feet long that I'm just gonna pull up and set it by that and just have it funnel all that heat directly into there because that thing shoots out flames now and again, and I don't want to have it next to that wooden door to go into the crawl space.
Makes sense. We have consistency. Consistently have 4 pieces of clothes in the car. Exactly. You know, I can walk
If you
out.
notice, Chris, I've got my long sleeve shirt and my short sleeve Star Wars shirt, so I'm good. And then I'll wear my coat. So if I get too hot, take my coat off. And then I've got this. And if I get too
I live
hot,
right
take this
next
off.
to a mountain. I live right next to a mountain. I can get in my car, and within 2 hours, I can be all the way up to the top of the mountain in 3 foot of snow if I really wanted to. I could go from Mexico to Canada in 2 hours if I wanted to. There are 9 different distinct climates on the mountain. Right? I can go wherever I want to. Want to go to Canada? I can go.
Not physically, just climate-wise.
Climate-wise, I'll be there though.
Yeah, see, I don't know why you'd want to go to 3 feet of snow instantly. Don't get me wrong, it would be fun to have 3 feet of snow if I didn't have to go anywhere or worry about power and heat and stuff like that.
No. I didn't say that I wanted to go to 3 feet of snow. I was saying I could if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But tomorrow's going to be 77 degrees.
Tomorrow here is going to be it's supposed to be 43.
43.
But it's 19 out right now. It's supposed to be down to 18 is what they're saying is the low. We'll see. They were calling for snow on Sunday. Now they're just calling for rain. I'm just hoping I can get some actual warmth under there and figure out if I've got a busted pipe or not. Figure out what's going on.
Aaron, the reason why I would want to go to 3 foot of snow is because it only snows at my house like maybe once a year. And when it does snow, it snows like 1 inch. And that's like it. So I can stay down here where there's no danger, but if I want to go play in the snow, I just go up the mountain. I can go sledding, go whatever I want to do. And Arizona is not only desert. People don't know this. There's a lot of mountains in Arizona. Very beautiful. And worldwide recognition of the most beautiful sunsets in the world. Arizona. Arizona sunsets, world famous. You know that, right? Missing out?
I don't know about that.
In Missouri, you know what happens? The sun just goes down. Like it's there, and then all of a sudden it's just not there anymore. Lame. Arizona, there's like 7 different colors when the sun is going down. Beautiful.
You've not been to Missouri, dude.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You don't know. Oh, no, there's
I
multiple
wrong?
colors. There's multiple colors.
There's like yellow and like a different color of yellow. Slightly different shade of yellow.
There are
black when the sun goes down.
there are so many colors, and then if you get the clouds that are above it in the sky, it's beautiful.
You got a picture? Send me a picture.
So this
Send me a
was
picture
from.
of a sunset that you took.
I'm doing so.
All right.
So this
Don't be
was.
sending me no picture or nothing. You guys only think that because you think you have beautiful sunsets because you've never been to Arizona. That's what it is.
No, so that's not the most beautiful sunset I've seen, but that's a sunset that I took recently. And because you said don't send it, I'm sending it. You get an old one though, Chris. You get an old one. Hey, Steve, how's it going?
I've never seen a Missouri sunset, so my dad said. Aaron just sent me a picture of this garbage sunset that he thinks is really, really beautiful.
No. I said that's the one. That's one I've taken recently. I said that's not the beautiful that I've seen.
I'll bring it over because I live next door to my dad. Dad, I'll bring this over in a little bit because we're gonna watch the new episode of WandaVision. So I'll bring it over in a little while. I mean, let me tell you, this is not an Arizona sunset, but it's not bad. It's not bad, you know.
No, it's not bad. But no. That was also while I was driving, and the sun was farther set by the time I was actually able to take the actual sunset. Let's see.
Arizona sunsets are always in magazines, you know? That's what my dad says. Let's see. Here you go, Aaron. Let me send you. This is a sunrise. This is a sunrise. Take a look at this bad boy.
Alrighty, I will. That is nice, but you also have a boatload of clouds sitting there, Chris.
Yeah.
As
because
I said,
Arizona does have moisture.
Whenever you have a boatload of clouds sitting there like that, they look phenomenal no matter what. I agree with you. Whenever I can actually get a really good sunset picture, which is hard with my work schedule. So,
What's that song? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset. You ever heard that before?
Yep.
I don't remember what that's from. I just remember that's the.
Yeah, see, Jesse even says we have beautiful sunsets. So, it's 2 against 1, Chris. 2 against 1.
No, my dad says Arizona sunsets are always in magazines. Can we see these sunsets? Y'all forgetting us presents. Let me.
So here we go. So this was a couple weeks ago that I had taken this, but I was also driving at the same time. And it doesn't really show up the best.
Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can figure this out here real quick.
Because I'd have to send it to myself. That one looks better because of how it looks.
Let me pull up this picture and see if I can on my computer here.
I like how she calls them peasants.
Yeah. I mean,
again, then my nerdy mind goes to Monty Python and the Holy Grail. where all the peasants are sitting around.
Let's share screen. There we go. That's sunrise. Sunrise right by my house. That was like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago. That's what you guys are missing out on. All right, y'all gotta come to Arizona. That's all I'm saying.
Trust me, I want to come. I will eventually show up there when the flights are not so darn expensive.
What my dad just sent me.
Yes, that was a pretty sunrise. All right, Chris. So, what are we gonna try to do? So we're gonna print something. So we've each got something for next week. What are we printing?
What are we gonna print?
Printing our own thing, or are we gonna print something to get each have to
What
print?
about? Okay, so here's an idea. All right, 3D printed crossbows.
Yes.
Distance contest. And so you can print yours in PLA. You can do one on your Mosbot and one on your resin printer. And I'll do like a PETG, and I'll try my hand at an ABS. And we can see if the different materials will change, like how far it flies.
I don't have clips, Chris. I don't have hair clips. I don't. I live in a small town. I don't even know if they have that at the Dollar
Dude,
General.
let me see. All right.
I have to find those stupid things just for doing that. You know that, right?
Here's what I'll do. Let me see what they are on Amazon, and I'll send them to your house if they're cheap. I bet they are. I bet they're like nothing. I don't know what they're called though.
Yes. One-way flights are cheaper, but they're still expensive the closer you are to the week.
Barrettes.
Barrettes.
All right. Okay, hang on.
So, yeah, no.
I can get like a gazillion pack for like $8. I need a gazillion pack. I need like.
Because how many of them are going to break then? How cheap is it then that they break?
Well, I mean, these are garbage clips, but here we go. All right, here we go.
40. Well, some can be garbage, but other things could still be good quality and be somewhat cheaper. It's just quantity and quality.
All right. So I got a 40 pack. I got a 40 pack. I'm gonna buy this 40 pack and I'm gonna send it to your house. How about that?
Oh boy. You can't even remember my address, Chris.
I cannot, but you know what? You sent it to me one time, I think. And
here I thought you were going to say you've got a P.O. box.
I took a picture, I think.
Yeah, see, I thought you were going to say the P.O. box.
I don't have a P.O. box. Do you have a P.O. box?
Do you not remember this, Chris? I mean, come on. Go look at my Twitter. It's literally pasted there. That's how I got this stuff from Kathy from
Oh yeah, that's what I did. I took a picture. No. I'm not. Okay, listen. All right. Listen. Linda, what I'm saying is, I'm not asking you if you use your P.O. box when you're shipping stuff. I'm asking you if you have a PO box.
Yeah,
Just because you have a PO box doesn't mean that you use a PO box.
I have it. And, well, I only use it whenever I get stuff shipped to me, and that's only if people send it to me.
All right.
But I do use the address to ship stuff as well. So I'm not using my home address. Because I've sent out those ear savers. So. I took a short nap earlier with Carter on me. Got Carter taking a nap. And
That's called a diabetic coma.
what I had to do is I had to put puppy pals on and let him
Puppy dog pals?
Yeah. Dollar General has them for $1.50. Yeah, I could go look tomorrow because I've got to go to the Dollar General and pick up a couple of things anyway. And I got to get gas in the truck.
Oh, I bet they do sell them at the dollar. I bet they sell them at Dollar Tree. I bet they sell them at Dollar Tree.
Well, probably, but I have a Dollar General here. I don't have a Dollar Tree.
Dollar General is not as good as Dollar Tree.
Well, I don't have a Dollar Tree. I've got Dollar General.
Well, it's not my fault you don't live in a good place like Arizona.
No, we've got Dollar Trees. I just don't have one in my town. It's a small town. That's the store I've got. Unless I go to another town. Okay, I've got my sign says under 700 people as a population, Chris. So
Shipping address. I got so many addresses on here.
Excuse me.
What happened? I'm gonna have to go get your address out of my bedroom because that's where that box is.
Which box?
The one from Kathy.
Did I put my address on there? Yeah.
Your address would have to be on it because you shipped it to me.
Well, I wasn't sure if I did that or my P.O. box address.
Oh.
But either way, there's an address on there.
Can you get items to your house?
Yeah, I can get items to my house. The P.O. box is just so I can send and receive stuff from people whenever I'm mailing stuff that I sell. Instead of using my address.
I don't think that it's P.O. box.
No. I have my actual P.O. box. I've got a physical P.O. box that I receive stuff.
No, I'm saying the return address on the package you sent me, I don't think it's
Yeah, I don't think it's a P.O. box. I don't think it is. I think it's my actual address because it was sending to you. And I would have to look up my P.O. box. Which, to do that, I just literally have to go on to Twitter and get the P.O. box. So, but
all right. Well, I'm gonna ship this to you so that you can have a bunch when they inevitably break, and we can battle. We might even have to like film it beforehand with like a measuring tape and see which one goes further.
I've got several tape measures. I even have a laser tape measure that does the tape as well, but it also, you can do the laser on it, which goes up to 65 feet or so. I think it's like 65. It's the max. Which is nice.
We gotta keep in constant vigilance. Constant vigilance.
Yes, we will. We'll do that, and I will try to get my Mbot printer going again and print the rest of Saba.
Sweet. I
So,
think
because out of the 7 printers that I have, and the 4 working printers that I have going, the 3 that are FDM and the one's the resin. So, and because I've not taken time to work on the other ones and get the other ones going. The ANET is one of those.
my ANET still works, man. It's like a workhorse, dude.
It's the board. I was swapping out the board, and I
had to do that though. That is true. My board after I'd owned it for like I don't know, maybe 2 years or so, and then the board
mine was last. Mine wasn't last year. It was the year before that, I think. Yeah, but I got a different board. I didn't get another ANET board. I got a completely different board, which is part of my problem. Is I was.
Oh, that's right. I remember that because you were trying to flash it one time on stream.
Yep. So.
It's not what you think, Jesse.
So yeah, that's the problem I've had with it, is I've just not had time to do that. And also I'd like to be able to get and mess with my Arduino stuff. But again, time. And yeah, it's been cold and stuff here. I could try and do that, but I gotta go out to the office and get that and then bring it back in and use my laptop because it's cold in the office and I don't want to be cold. And yes, I could have that heater running, but I don't want to have it running because I'm like, I have it set by me, and it's just been so darn cold out there. I mean, yesterday got down to 0 last night. So
it hasn't gone down to 0 here in like years.
So yeah, had to deal with that.
You know what? I'm gonna design my own crossbow too, to go up against this crossbow. I'm gonna design my own. It's faster and it's gonna be stronger.
Jesse's trying to guess my town that I'm in.
Oh, the town has
Yeah.
less than 700 people.
Yeah.
What's
'Cause
that
she
town?
lives-
Shining.
Because she lives in Missouri as well. So.
She lives in misery as well.
Yep.
Sorry, Jesse.
Right now, with how cold it's been, everyone's been in misery out here in the Midwest.
Arizona's the promised land, Jesse.
Although Texas has been more misery
Lately, that's true. It's because even though, yeah.
Did you
I gotta go
see?
make sure my kids are in bed and stuff, so I'm gonna have to probably.
Did you see Brian's post on Twitter that he'd like to unsubscribe from his 7-day free trial of Alaska?
Oh, nice. I like that. But no, I did not see that. That's funny.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, Jesse and Steve, thank you for joining. And anybody that watches after the fact, greatly appreciate it. I know a lot of the people that normally watch, everyone's dealing with all this crappy weather right now. So I 100% understand, because Brian and Eddie usually jump in, and Eddie always gives me crap. But, Eddie's a bit frozen right now.
So just so you know, next week we'll do the show. The week after that, I will not be able to do the show.
Oh, why is that?
I am traveling to a secret destination. I'm going to Disney World.
Secret destination.
Yeah, that's a song. I've never heard that before. But I'm just letting you might want to find a replacement or something, because I will not be here.
Well, we'll see who's thawed out in 2 weeks.
Thawed out by then.
So, all right. So next week we'll be on Chris's channel for the AC show, and which will be episode 64. Chris,
dude, you know what that means? 5 more episodes.
64, Chris. 64.
You
got to come up with a theme. You got to come up with a theme for 64. And if you don't come up with the theme that I'm thinking, you're in trouble.
Next week is 64?
Yeah.
I'll figure something out. I always do. 64 and crossbows, they go together. We'll figure it out.
So, all right, we'll catch you all next week. After making, take care. Thaw out, everybody. Bye.